Mom's Local for Less.
Hi everybody, Jerry the King Lawler here, and it's time for, I guess, the big announcement. But before we get to the big announcement, we got to lead up to it. You know, we want to make this thing as exciting as possible. And you talk about excitement, you talk about wrestling, you got to come up with one name. Yeah, the King. No, not the King. Wait, let me just tell you, Hulk Hogan. As much as I hate to admit it, Hulk Hogan is without a doubt probably the biggest name that has ever been in the history of wrestling. I mean, you know, the Hulkster, Hulkamania, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, whatever you want to call him, it doesn't get any bigger than that. He has made an indelible print on this profession. And one thing a lot of people don't realize is that the Hulkster pretty much got his start right here in Memphis, Tennessee. Back before wrestling was on a worldwide stage, you know, we were doing wrestling every Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum, and one day, Jerry Jarrett and I got a call from a young man named Terry Bollea out of Florida. He'd been playing in a band down there, and he wanted to get into wrestling. He came to Memphis. We took one look at the guy and said, ooh, he's got a lot of potential. We made the first music video on Terry Bollea, who, of course, wanted to wrestle as Hulk Hogan. One thing a lot of people don't realize, Jerry Jarrett and I actually co-signed for the Hulk's first car he ever had, right here in Memphis, Tennessee, and I co-signed for him. So we got a lot of history. We go way back. And then, you know, Hulk came back. After he was pretty much a big star, he came back to Memphis at the request of Jimmy Hart to face the King. And he thought he was just going to walk right over the King and vanquish me right on out of Memphis. And things didn't go the way Hulk wanted it to. He didn't get a big victory like he thought he was going to do. And as a matter of fact, he didn't look that great in that match. And I guess I got to admit, I have played the footage of that a few times over the years. And so Hulk's a little bit upset about it. Well, recently Hulk came back to Memphis with his daughter Brooke. They were down at Sam's Town to promote her new CD. And, well, a lot of people have been asking me if I'd like to go one-on-one with Hogan one more time. And I said, sure, Brooke Hogan. But that's not what's going to happen. It's going to be the Hulkster, and this is how it all came about. Tell me if you think this sounds like a challenge from Hulk Hogan down at Sam's Town.
I want to know when I'm going to get a title shot, brother. I want to know when I'm going to get booked on Memphis Wrestling, because I still got a little bit of gas in this tank, brother.
Oh, you got
I need a title shot. I started here in Memphis, and I need to end my career in Memphis. Brother, I need a shot at King Jerry Lawler, brother. I'll beat you like I own you. I'll send you back to Hendersonville, and you'll never leave that house again. You'll be so afraid to come out once Hulk Hogan jumps on you.
Brother.
Oh, yeah, brother.
Well, I don't know about you, but that sounded like a challenge to me. And, you know, it even got furthered. I guess the Hulk and Brooke made an appearance here in Memphis at one of the local Walmarts. You know, you really hit the big time when you're appearing at Walmart. But she was out there peddling her new CD, and Hulk was alongside her, you know, signing autographs if you bought a CD. And so I think that they talked with Hulk and Brooke one more time at Walmart. Let's listen to that.
Jerry Lawler. Get ready, Jerry Lawler. Hulk Hogan's coming back to where I started. I'm taking over, and you're the first one that's going down, Lawler. You and me, we're the two greatest wrestlers in the world, and when I get the King in the center of the ring, you're going to melt like a tub of parquet margarine, brother. So what you going to do, Lawler? When I run wild on you, brother, you're out like shot. And if that Corey Macklin's on your side, I'll bust him up, too.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Hulk, I thought, I'll be perfectly honest with you, I thought this was all talk. I thought this was, you know, just your way of, you were in Memphis and you would give it a little local flavor, helping to promote your daughter's CD and that sort of thing. But I began to realize that this was a little more than talk, especially when Corey Macklin, Jimmy Hart, and I met over at my house, and you gave us a call and we talked to you on the phone there, and it became more serious. Let's listen to what Hulk Hogan had to say at that time.
And I don't know what, Jerry Lawler, you're sitting right there. I don't know what your motive is, but a match that we had over 25 years ago, I guess you're trying to, you know, build your career around everything I've done, because for the last 20, 25 years, every week on Memphis TV, you don't play the whole match, but you play film clips of when you and I wrestled in the Mid-South Coliseum 20-something years ago, and the only part of the match that you play is when you're punching me in the face. Why don't you play the other part of the match when I'm punching you back in the face? So the way I look at this thing, Lawler, you know, there's no reason for me to roll over and die on this thing. Why don't we get in the ring another time, brother? You know, you're still actively wrestling.
Yeah.
So I'm not dead yet. Why don't you and I get in the ring and straighten this thing out? And I don't care. We can do it in my backyard or your backyard.
Well, it's, you know, I have absolutely no problem with that. That's exactly why we're here tonight.
And the bout's going to take place between Jerry the King Lawler, Hollywood Hulk Hogan. See you tomorrow, Hulkster.
All right, Corey, this thing's on you, brother. I'm going to sign it. It's up to you to put this together. Lawler, you're in a bunch of trouble.
Yeah, thanks. So at that time, the contracts were signed. All we